I'm going to show you a total body workout that anyone can do of all ages that will help you propel your fitness goals into the new year. This workout that I'm going to show you, it's only going to consist of one TheraBand that you can get from your chiropractor or any sporting store, and your own body weight. We're going to start with a push-up, and this push-up we're going to start with on the floor. You're going to bring it down here without your knees touching. This is a military push-up. You're going to bring your chest down to the ground and push straight up, engaging your stomach. Let's say this is too hard for me. I'm going to put my knees to the floor, and this is a modified push-up or a girly push-up. The next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to go for back rows. That's when I'm going to use my TheraBand. TheraBands are in different colors. With TheraBand, you can use yellow being the lightest, red being the medium, and then green being a little bit more resistance. But we're going to start with doing a back row. Now the back row, one thing to remember is to really keep your hips aligned and keep your back nice and straight. You don't want to slouch forward and strain that back. If so, you'll have to go back to your chiropractor. You're going to bend forward like this, and all I want you to do is just pull your elbows up to your hips, just like this. So I'm here, looking forward, pull my elbows up to my hips. And what we're doing is we're actually hitting your back muscles in between your shoulder blades. So just doing a couple of these, usually about 10 to 20 reps because we're using bands, or until you feel like your muscles are getting a nice workout. Our second exercise that we're going to do is we're going to do what they call a rear delt fly. The rear delts are the muscle groups right back here. And to exercise these, all you do is you step on your bands, arms out to the side, and you flap. So pull those up to the ceiling. And it's a little side view. You're forward, back, just like with the rows, and you're flapping. And I like to do these exercises until those muscles that you're targeting just really feel the heat and they fail. The next exercise we're going to do is we're going to go into a shoulder press, working the muscle group right here, which is our shoulder. And just like a house without bushes, a body without good shoulders doesn't look that good. So you're going to pull it straight up here, right to the ceiling. And again, just go to those shoulders, know that they had enough, and you want to push, push, push till you're burning them out. The following exercise that we're going to do is called a bicep curl. And the bicep is this muscle group right here. And all you're going to do is just pull the bands up to your shoulders. And so you're going to keep on pulling till the biceps fatigue out. And one big thing I always tell people as far as form goes is you want to pinch your shoulder blades back. I like to keep my head neutral as I curl. And this feels kind of easy for me, so what I would do is I would go until it didn't feel easy. So depending on where your strength level is at, go until you reach muscle failure. This next exercise we're going to do, it's going to hit your tricep muscles, the back part of the arm. No one likes to have that flabby arm, so in order to stop the flab, you got to tone up the arms. And the triceps, a huge muscle group that helps with that toning. This one here, you get into the same position that you're at with your row and with your rear delt fly, but this time you're going to fix your elbows back. And all you're going to do is just ski backwards. Just like that. And again, just go till you fail until you lose form, and then you're done with that one. Okay, so our next little exercise that we're going to do is for our legs. We call these squats. Take your feet about shoulder width, hip width, and have a nice athletic stance. You're going to pull the bands up to your shoulders, and you're going to squat, making sure you keep the knees behind the toes. So instead of bending forward with the knees, I always tell people bend back at the hips. So you're going to go nice and deep so that your knees hit a 90-degree angle. So here's a couple of examples of what a squat looks like. And this is what it looks like in the front. So I'm still keeping my knees behind those toes. And you see how I keep my head up towards the ceiling. That way you don't slouch forward and you keep a nice spine aligned. The next lower body exercise we're going to do, it's called a lunge back. I do them a little bit differently because I like to have a little bit of resistance as I lunge back. You're going to step back, keeping that knee behind the toe, and drop. kind of drop it like it's hot. So you're going to go straight back, boom, and then up. Straight back, boom, and then up. Just like that. You notice with my hands, I'm actually doing a little baby curl. Just making this exercise a little bit more dynamic, but it helps with coordination and balance. Okay, so for our next lower body exercise, we're going to be doing calf raises. You can do calf raises anywhere. Short people do calf raises all the time because you're always tippy-toeing. So you just tippy-toe until the backs of those legs just burn. So to the side view, you don't even need this for a calf raise. You're just tippy-toeing. If you have a step, I like to stand on the end of a step and drop my heel below the step and above. And this is me holding on to an imaginary rail. See that? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is for our core. We're going to start with some sit-ups. And there's a couple of ways I'm going to show you how to work your stomach muscles. Keep that nice flat stomach for the new year. The first one is a traditional sit-up. Back here, coming all the way up. Up here, all the way up to the front. You're not pulling on the neck. You're just using those stomach muscles to pull that upper torso forward. Now let's say I'm one of the people that can't come all the way up. So if I can't come all the way up, I'll have a couple of helpers. One could be like a medicine ball or a TheraBand pad, and this can help me propel forward. Some people think it's cheating. I say it's a way to get up so that your muscles can get the full contraction of a sit-up as you come down. Another nice way to do a full setup is just sit this on the low part of the back. You can use like a bender ball or a stability ball or a mat and just come all the way up to the top. So you can see I'm still doing my nice full sit-ups. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is what we call a Superman. That works the muscles up and down your spine. Front ways, we're going to do a Superman by picking up our torso, down and up. It looks like I'm flying. This is why they call it the Superman. So I'm here, just straight up. Just rock those out until the muscles along the spine really feel that exercise. Okay, so our next exercise we're going to do for the core, then you're almost done. You're almost fit. So this right here is called a plank. You can do those on your forearms, or you can plank on your hands. If you take yoga, this is you've probably done a plank a million times. After the plank, we got something to kind of finish all of it off by incorporating a lot of those exercises that we did, and that's called a burpee. You're going to start with your hands down on the ground. You're going to jump back. See, I'm planking. Full push-up. Then you're going to jump forward, and then jump to the sky. So with full motion, you're here, push up, and to the sky. And don't forget to stretch before and after your workouts so that you don't injure yourself to hinder you don't want to hinder your fitness progress. One thing in my own fitness center, I've noticed with my clients, I have a huge broad spectrum of clientele from high school all the way into their 80s. And one thing I've really noticed is that how young and youthful my older fitness enthusiasts are now. I can think of a handful on the top of my head that, they came in very, very slow, stiff, just very crippity and crepity, and they felt like they just felt their age. After a year or two of stretching, of strengthening and lengthening, seeing the chiropractor, all of this for their total well-being, they look amazing. They feel better than they've ever felt. I have one client, she's almost 80, and she actually had a bone density scan. And from last year, the doctor was like, wow, whatever you're doing, keep it up, because she started working out using resistance impact training that's helping her bones strengthen so that they don't get brittle and they don't break before they should. All of this is just to help your life become better. Fitness will do that. Great nutrition will do that. And seeing your regular healthcare providers and your chiropractors will definitely do that. My wish for everyone is that you have an awesome, healthy fitness new year, and that you keep that flame alive for the rest of your lives.